Good afternoon, everyone, or actually good morning. It's still morning time, October 10th, 10:26 a.m. EST. I'm going to go over a proposal that I'm going to apply to on Upwork because it's interesting. So this the advertisement is for a finance controller. Okay, so I would just say controller. I wouldn't say finance, but okay, I digress. That's too many specifics. So they're looking for, okay, so they list the responsibilities, which, and then there's information about who they are, so we can look them up, which is nice. And then of course there's what they're looking for, effective communication. Can you manage and lead people? Proven experience in financial management and e-commerce, self-motivated, understanding of e-commerce finance. Okay, so just the usual stuff. Now, let's take a look at what I think is important in terms of knowing what your potential client, in terms of who is the client really, because when you're advertising for something, sometimes the way it's put out is not actually what is happening on the ground in reality. Yes, it can be some sort of projection, which is fine, but let's try to see exactly what is the situation on the ground. So, eight-figure e-commerce brand. So, if you're an e-commerce, the financial administration is going to be complicated. Sales taxes, inventory, those two things are going to be important, especially inventory. So the cost drivers, it's going to be interesting to see what the cost drivers are. Are you based in America or elsewhere? If you're in the US, are you sourcing your products from the outside? Which the answer is usually yes, because unfortunately we don't make much of anything anymore, but that's another story. So there's that already. So you're selling something, it's going to be shipped here, and then you are shipping it to customers, or is it some sort of drop shipping business arrangement? So from that context, now we have to look at what's the volume of your commerce? What's the volume of your enterprise? Do you sell 1,000 units a month, 2,000, 3,000? And so things get more complicated as we move along. So eight figures, which is quite high. E-commerce, which means complicated. Okay, we're selling products for children. That's great. So I'm assuming here that whatever you're selling does meet safety standards and whatnot, which I'm sure they do. Okay, you mentioned that you sell in 15 countries, which is wonderful. So now this tells me you're not selling to Africa, unfortunately. I know this already. Um, Most people in Africa, they're not going to, I don't see them buying toys from an online store. So you're selling in the Western Hemisphere, which also includes Europe. And we all know what's going on with Europe right now. The economies in the European Union are in, should I use the word demise? There's a contraction going on in the economy. So, especially, and it's happening right now. So I'm wondering what the economies in the European Union are going to look like 6 months, in 6 months. It's going to be interesting to see. Anywho, Western Hemisphere, um, in terms of purchasing power, I can already see that the sales in the European countries, that has so the potential for growth in sales to your European customers, that's low. What what can you do as a company to keep your sales on the same level? It also depends how much your products are. Are these products for the average Joe and the average Jane? Or are these products that are more on the high end side? For products that are on the high end side, the elasticity is not as significant as products on the lower end. Because a family spending, I don't know, a family buying something that's $30 as opposed to buying something that's $30,000 for their children, their purchasing power is different. So we'll find out when we take a look at the website. So this is a new company. So it's 2022, 2023, 2024. So it's almost 3 years old. And it scaled really fast. Okay. So it grew really fast. That's good. 8 figures in sales in 2023. That's growing really, really fast. So 8 figures is what? Is that 10 million? Yeah, because so 1 million, that's 7 figures. 8 figures, so you're in the tens of millions, okay, in sales. And then here, there's a little bit of a sales pitch kind of lingo, which is fine. But whenever you see, and I don't know if this is something that is okay to do because we're freelancing, but whenever you see something that says, if you're sick of flatlining in your career, so if you're tired of working 9 to 5, if you're tired of doing this and you want your own thing, join our team. So not everyone can work 9 to 5, but the 9 to 5 industry is the backbone of any country, really, especially the American economy. So, just be aware of that. So they're looking for someone who does understand e-commerce, but also who has an entrepreneurial side to them. So it tells me that if I'm able to join this team, they will give me a lot of leeway because I will, quote unquote, be my own boss. Why? Because, quote unquote, I'm sick of flatlining. This is in their advertisement. So that's good. So not a lot of micromanaging, if any. Complicated landscape that I would land in. Very young company, almost 3 years old, lots of sales, lots of jurisdictions, um, and their sales probably are not going to remain the same. Why? Because of what's going on in Europe. And this goes back to also, is the product affordable? Is it something that the average person buys, or is it something that people or families that are on the higher end buy? So let's see. Okay, so there's a video which we'll take a look. What else? What else? Okay, so this is pretty much the intro. So now let's see what the video is like. Is it a long video? Okay, so this is dated not too far off. Oops. How do I don't want you guys emailing me here. You can use my business email, please. Um, see text images? No. So it's 12 minutes, 9 minutes. Let's see. Mm, okay. So I'll take a look at this later, but Okay, so that was a good one. His name is Gonzalo, I think, and he's the CEO. Just want to see what name he is. What's his name? Okay, so I'm not gonna watch the whole thing here. So a couple of things that I heard. So he mentions Gonzalo. So his name is Gonzalo. Okay, so Mr. Fernandez is I think he's the CEO or the COO of this company. In the financial controller role, he mentions that experience is necessary. There's room for growth. I did hear him say the word bookkeeper. Um, so this tells me already, and other things he said, such as wasting. So apparently, maybe the finances, there are cost drivers that might be a waste, or so there's a need to optimize processes. Um, so again, it's kind of like things need to be streamlined. Processes have to be implemented. They're looking for someone with e-commerce experience. And that person can grow into a role. I think he said that you can grow into a CFO role, which is nice. So the way that I would approach this job, so I'm going to send them an offer on Upwork. I'm going to go straight for the CFO role, just so you know. Um, I'm going to go straight for the CFO role, number one. Number two, so we know that there is waste here and there, need for administrative processes, fine. And this is a company that has grown very fast. It's international. They do have a YouTube channel. Where is that? There it is. Kiddo Space. So Kiddo Space, this is their YouTube channel. If I wanted to know more about the company, okay, 70,000 views, not bad. Started in June 2023. Okay, so they're okay, 36 subscribers. This number has to increase. So this number does not match with high growth company. So if you've had, we said seven figures in sales, tens of millions in sales, I would want probably a million or 2 million subscribers. Who would be the subscribers? The parents. So one thing that I would do is I would even start as some sort of campaign to build up your subscriber list so that it can be into the millions. Okay, and I see here we have Canada. Okay. Okay, so we do have some parents here. Yeah, I would want more parents. Have all of your toys, build up this channel till it's in the millions and millions. And I that's something that we can talk about. How many videos do you have? Just two? Is that just two? Yeah, one, two. You need more videos, and you definitely need more views. Now let's go on the website. Oh, okay. So they even have Facebook. I'm not going to click on Facebook. I'm not really on Facebook. Instagram. So maybe the Instagram channel is much more active. 200 posts. Okay, 40,000 followers, 51 following. So I would still, these numbers need to increase. Definitely in the millions. How are we going to do that? That's something that we can talk about, but this number has to increase definitely in the millions. Um, let's see. So Instagram, and I know I should know what this TikTok, of course. So I'm not on TikTok, but okay, TikTok. And you have 124 followers on TikTok, you have to increase that already. Okay. So one thing that we have established, you need more followers. Is that my profile? I do have a TikTok profile. Huh. Okay. So, um, yeah, so social media presence does not let me know that this is a company that has seven figure in sales. That's fine. We can work on that. And then we have all of these different payment methods, which tells me that one of the avenues for savings is to streamline processing payments. Who are the payment processors? What are the fees? And do we need a float between when a customer pays and then when we receive the funds from the payment processors? Also, this will be dependent or on the refund. Do we have a refund policy? We do 30 days. You can get a refund within 30 days. So, yes. So there's something we have things to work on, which is good. The website looks fine from where I'm standing. It looks interesting. Who doesn't like toys? Who doesn't like children? So this is a good market. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to apply to this job on Upwork. I'll let you guys know what happens, if anything happens at all. So this advertisement, um, hopefully I'm not going to share my screen you're not supposed to see. Oopsie daisies. Nope. Okay, there it is. So this was on Upwork. When was this posted? A while ago? 2 weeks ago? Hmm. You posted this 2 weeks ago. You're looking for talent worldwide, but really you should look for talent in the US and or Canada because again, the markets in Europe are contracting. And this reminds me, the products on the website, are they affordable or it was just there? How much is just okay, $22, 22.99. So your customers are the average person. So this means that it's an elastic product. So if mom and dad's income decreases, they will buy less of this, of your product. So you should be looking to hire in an economy that's more protected or that's not whose economic contraction is not going to be as drastic as that of Europe. And this is just for the financial management role. Customer service, roles like that, yes, you can have people in Europe, but when it comes to financial reporting, and also because you're incorporated in the US, you should be looking for people in the US, really. Did I dream that? It is incorporated in the US, I think. I think I saw California somewhere, or maybe it's a forwarding address. But if you're based in California, yeah, your CFO has to be based in America. So this might be a perfect job for me, guys. I would say wish me luck, but it's not about luck. So I'm going to send them a proposal. We'll see what they say. But so far so good. This is typical things that you see on Upwork. Um, Growing company, lots of money coming in. They understand that there is a way that some money, some resources are being wasted somewhere. The trick is to know which resources, how do we streamline everything so that things just flow through a certain way and we know exactly where we stand financially. On Monday, we know how much money is coming in the bank account on Monday. We know we have an expectation of what the bank account will look like on Wednesday, Friday, next month, et cetera, et cetera. So this is a good example. This is an example of a potentially great role as a CFO. Um, Another thing that I wanted to share with you guys, and I guess this also could be in a different video, and this is about burning bridges with who you work with, who you have worked with. Should you do that? Um, what can you do with the experiences you've had in the past that were not so jolly good? I'll post a video about that later. So for now, I will tap out and I'll speak with you guys later.